When Johnny Appleseed wandered around the Old West, he always carried presents for the boys and girls that he'd meet along the way. He gave each little girl a doll that he made out of birch bark, and each boy a whistle that he carved out of hickory. Well, sometimes he might meet 5 or 6 boys at a time, and he'd give each one a whistle. And they'd have a parade. The boys would blow their whistles, and Johnny would beat the drum. It wasn't a real drum, of course. It was just the tin pot that he'd take off his head. Johnny had a lot of fun with boys and girls because, you see, he loved them. He loved animals, too, all kinds of animals. He was even kind of fond of insects. One cold night, Johnny was camped out in the woods, as usual, and he was keeping warm by his fire. There were a lot of mosquitoes in the woods, too. They kept flying all around the fire. Some of them were flying right into it and being burned. Now, most people would have been glad to get rid of the mosquitoes, but not Johnny.
Those poor mosquitoes. They're all getting burned. Well, there's only one thing to do. I guess I'll just have to put out the fire.
And with that, he took a pot full of water and threw it right on the fire. Another time, on an even colder night, Johnny Appleseed was out walking in the snow looking for a place to sleep. He looked for a long time and was getting very cold and very tired. Finally, he saw a big hollow log.
Oh, that hollow log looks like a good place to sleep tonight. I'll be able to get in out of the snow and the wind. I'll just crawl inside and get out of... Oops! Oh, there's a bar in here. Oh, sorry, Brother Bar. I didn't mean to wake you up. Now, you go back to sleep and I'll be real quiet.
Well, sir, Johnny slept in the log with that bear all night. In the morning, he left without making a sound because it was still the middle of winter and the bear had 2 more months left to sleep. Who loved animals, all kinds of animals, every kind of animal that grew. His name was Johnny Appleseed, Johnny Appleseed, Johnny Appleseed. That's who had friendly words for all the fish and birds and for every little bug too. His name was Johnny Appleseed, Johnny Appleseed, Johnny Appleseed. That's who. He wouldn't slap mosquitoes and he wouldn't swat flies. He would pet a grizzly bear between the eyes. Rabbits ran up to him, skunks wouldn't smell. Turtles would see him and come out of their shell. Wolves used to howl for him, hoot went the owl for him. Mountain lions roared, hello, wherever Johnny Appleseed, Johnny Appleseed, Johnny Appleseed would go. mosquitoes and he wouldn't swat flies. He would pet a grizzly bear between the eyes. Rabbits ran up to him, skunks wouldn't smell. Turtles would see him and come out of their shell. Who loved animals, all kinds of animals, every kind of animal that grew. His name was Johnny Appleseed, Johnny Appleseed, Johnny Appleseed. That's who. And all the animals love Johnny Appleseed too. They loved him too. Although Johnny Appleseed loved people and animals, he traveled alone most of the time, doing the thing he loved to do best, planting apple trees. He planted them along the lakes and the streams and the rivers and the creeks. He planted them in the mountains and on the hills and on the prairies. He planted them wherever apples would grow, and his travels often took him through Indian country where no other white man would dare to go, and he wouldn't even carry a gun to protect himself. Johnny used to say, Indians are like people like anyone else. If you don't bother them, they won't bother you. And the Indians never bothered Johnny. The way he wandered around with his funny clothes, planting apple trees, and never being attacked by the wild animals, and never being afraid of anything or anybody, the Indians felt he was a great medicine man with some kind of special magic. Johnny was a good friend with all the Indians, with the Comanches, the Apaches, the Chippewas, the Navajos, the Pawnees, the Sioux, the Blackfeet, and the Algonquins.
He'd great Johnny Appleseed, treat Indian like brother. Appleseed and Indian are friends with one another. All the Injun braves agree we will not hurt him ever. Appleseed, great medicine man, he's wise and strong and clever. Beat the tom-tom for Big Chief Johnny Appleseed. Beat the tom-tom, we salute him, never shoot him. Hit great Johnny Appleseed, treat Indian like brother. Washington, Appleseed and Indian are friends with one another.
Alikuna, ea, awatuna wahata, mahawata, washtika, hawa, okena, ea, amunuita, nawa, pushanama, Johnny Appleseed.